This is how you can book an extra 20 plus sales appointments every single month using cold email for strong B2B offers. That's offers like SaaS, recruitment, agencies, financial services. If people need what you have to offer, I can help you get more sales appointments. Steal this system to increase your pipeline, okay? Now, let's just break down who this isn't for before we go any further. Do not continue watching this video if you are not able to handle an extra 20 plus sales appointments every single month. It only applies for B2B business owners who are interested in scaling right now, not 6 months from now, not 12 months from now, not 2 years from now, right now, okay? You must have some idea of product market fit, or know that people need your service, or know that people need your help, and you have to have an idea of who you need to talk to be able to close deals, okay? And it only works if your average client lifetime is 10,000 pounds, euros, USD, and above, and you have a 10% close rate or higher, or you have a really, really high deal size, then it works. And cold email will not work if you are a low ticket business, you sell B2C, or you don't currently have case studies with client results unless you have a crazy strong guarantee. You can steal this system to book an additional 20 to 40 sales appointments every single month for your B2B company or agency without spending a penny on ads, cold calling a single person who's going to waste your time and you'll hate it anyway, and without posting 3, 4, 5 years on social media just to get a couple of unqualified leads you don't want to talk to anyway. We've used this exact framework to introduce one of our clients to 40 plus prospective clients in a single month alone, and we've generated over £1 million in revenue for our clients and grow their business predictably, okay? And these aren't just small companies. I'm talking big companies we've booked with like Del Monte, Vodafone, Heineken, Coca-Cola, Asahi Beer, Orange, DXC, UCAS, General Mills, Wargaming, TikTok, Hostel World, Weatherspoons, Prisium Group, ByteDance, Hugo Boss, Christian Dior, Louis Vuitton, The Office Group. These are just some of the names of companies I could get pretty quickly to get this video together. We book calls with decision makers like CEOs, COOs, CFOs, founders, directors, heads up for us and our clients every single month, okay? This guide can get you on the phone with leaders from your ICP who are interested in your product or service and who you have the potential to close. We've created this exact process by sending over 1 million cold emails in multiple languages such as German, French, Spanish, and many more for B2B SaaS companies, agencies, and strong offer companies handling thousands of responses and booking thousands of meetings with their prospective clients. We've added over 1.5 million in pipeline value for one single client. For another client, we booked 42 demos in 60 days alone. I'll get some more case studies in a minute. You may be thinking, do I really need a cold email outbound system? Now, let's just assume some numbers here. 25K average deal size, 20% close rate, pretty average. Okay, 5 appointments per month, you're adding 25,000 pounds of revenue. 10 appointments, 50,000. 20 appointments a month, 100,000. 240 appointments annually, that's 1.2 million a year you're missing out on if you don't have a cold email system, okay? Now, you can see right here, simple graph, just showing you your growth over time with our cold email systems compared to everything else. You are potentially losing millions by not having an outbound revenue generating system. Inbound, referrals, and word of mouth are only going to take you so far, and without outbound lead generation, you are constantly falling behind your competitors in the ever sophisticating market that you are in. Okay, before we dive into the playbook, let's talk about some client results. So Team Learn, Education SaaS, 42 qualified demos in 60 days. Mintec, Pricing Commodity SaaS, 1.5 million pipeline value, 31 enterprise introductions in a single month, and over 100 introductions in total. Quite a lot more than that. Propeller Studios Construction SaaS, 225K in pipeline value and over 40K closed already, more closing pretty soon. Nuco Communication Agencies doubled their pipeline and growth, meetings with companies like Blockchain, 62 demos for Substily, 50 meetings for Educate, 23K in revenue in 2 months with a full pipeline for Access Recruitment. Video case studies here. If you want this document, let me know and you can check out these. They're all on the website as well. Quick breakdown, I'm Christian Crisillo, one of the founders at Lynn Lead Generation. My other founder, Matt Saburka, okay? We're based in Kings Lynn, United Kingdom. We partnered with top strong offer companies to learn exactly what works by working closely with their founders. We specialize in multi-language outreach to Europe, North America, the Middle East, Asia, Oceania, even South America, pretty much the entire world. And we've sent over 1 million cold emails for strong offer companies in multiple languages. We've handled 10,000 plus responses, booked over 1,000 appointments for all of our clients, and have a lovely team helping us fuel growth for our clients, okay? We've worked and outreach to many such industries such as hospitality, construction, SaaS, software, recruitment. I will let you read all those, there's a lot. And we've booked people in pretty much every single continent on the planet other than maybe Antarctica. And here's just a few of our partners, okay? Just quickly, how this video is going to go through. I'm going to cover data and custom tools, then I'm going to cover domains and deliverability, scripting, testing, response handling, implementation within your business, how we grow with your business, how it works, our guarantee, case studies and testimonials. Still not convinced in what to do next, okay? Let's hop into it. Cold email is the #1 way of generating qualified meetings. It's the only way to make sure your messages are going in front of actual decision makers from companies that you want to meet, and you don't meet with unqualified prospects because of it. Ads bring in unqualified people, cold calling just can't get enough volume, and referrals can turn off at any moment. You never know when they're going to turn off. Cold email can get your offer in front of 10,000 to 100,000 decision makers every single month. And ask yourself, if you got your offer in front of 10,000 decision makers, would some of those be interested, hop onto demos or appointments and close? If yes, keep watching. If no, you need to figure out why, okay? And if you are close to product market fit, you're approaching it, or you know who needs your service or your offer, then this is the best way to get more of your ideal prospects onto the phone and close them, okay? Cold email is the #1 revenue generating outbound system of 2024 and onwards, okay? Now, some people aren't gonna need your service right now, and that's perfectly fine. Some people are currently dealing with the pain that you solve. They will need your help, and the only way to make sure we hit those people is with volume. Okay? Volume is the key to negating timing, and there is no other way. Cold email is what can get you the volume without spending 10,000 plus every single month on ads. And that's a low number for a lot of people, okay? Your revenue will only go up with the more eyes that are on your products from decision makers, okay? So now you may be thinking, why don't I just go set this up myself if it's so amazing and everybody needs it? Cold email is becoming more and more difficult because everybody is figuring out how good of a system it actually is. Google is cracking down, Outlook is cracking down, and you can no longer just go pick up 10 domains, slap them on warm up, email everybody, and hope you get some results with some average targeting and average copy, okay? You need to be constantly developing strategies to stay ahead of Google and Outlook in your ever sophisticating cold email market, okay? This is where you need a team who are constantly finding workarounds, constantly tinkering, and honestly, unless you're running a cold email lead generation agency or you have 2 to 3 developers constantly trying to figure out how to stay ahead, you're not going to succeed, which is a real big issue, but trust me, I'm going to teach you how to stay ahead of them, okay? Now, AI also plays a massive factor, and we leverage a lot of it, okay? That's how we stay ahead as well, but still people are sending cold emails from their main domain, they're sending it from their secondary domains that they actually use for things. You should never do that because you can very easily be blacklisted, which would mean if you send an invoice to a client that you've been working with 10 plus years from your main domain and it's burnt, it's blacklisted, they won't even get it. How are you going to run your entire business if you can't send an email? That's the risk that you are facing. But don't worry, whenever we set all this stuff up, it's always set up in a way that it can never affect your main domain or any of your email service or anything like that. It's 100% safe. And that's why I'm creating this guide to make sure that more people, well, that nobody burns their main domain, because I don't want to see that happen. It's horrible for everybody involved. Now you may be thinking, are all these changes a bad thing? The answer is no, because it means there's less competition in the inbox. It means that all the bad players that don't really know what they're doing, that were sending cold emails, they're just gone now. It means that slowly over the next year or two, there's just going to be less and less and less competition in the inbox, which means more eyes on your offer, and the people that do it in the right way will just get more and more demos. The more difficult cold email gets, the less competition, the more results. Okay, so you're now going to need some contacts to reach out to, but you can't just mass spam everybody like you used to be able to 5-10 years ago and hope you hit the right people. You need to understand your ideal client profile and who you need to get in front of, who needs your offer right now, okay? And this means you need data, accurate data, okay? When you have bad data, your emails bounce, your domains burn, and you land in spam, and you mess up your whole business and all of these things, and you no longer get results. Now, you can scrape emails from multiple different places, with some of these costing $15,000 a year, some of them costing $30,000, some of them costing cheaper with like worse data. And this is the thing, good data is expensive, okay? And the challenge lies in finding the right people. Different markets exist in different databases, and without having access to a large amount of these databases, you can't really tell which one you need to be using. And scraping can vary by the country, the market, the job title. Every single aspect changes where they exist, but you need to be finding the right people so you can actually get the results. Here's a little bit of a breakdown on like sort of how it works, how we find these people. You can pause if you want to see any of these a bit closer. So, our team has developed custom scraping tools to gather data, which allows us to be way more precise than your average person doing cold email or trying to find people, okay? And if you're not doing this, you're probably going to struggle to get results. We take into account everything, every individuality of the target markets we go after. We don't build our lists before we meet somebody. The second that we bring somebody on, we build our list specifically to that client to be able to find the exact person that they want to reach, and that's where we leverage these skills to make sure we get the best results. Again, we scrape millions of cold emails, and that's how we've learned the things that we've learned. You can pause it again to see part of the data system visualized, and we've systemized absolutely everything to advanced scraping on a lookalike level, okay? This means we can find people identical to your case studies or the competitors of your case studies, reach out to them with your case studies, and get this low-hanging fruit, because who doesn't want to work with the competitor's SaaS company that helped them add an extra 100K or $1 million in revenue? Everybody wants to do that because nobody wants to fall behind their competitors, okay? And this lookalike data can cost £10,000 plus per month or per year. This is expensive stuff that we use, okay? And when you work with us, we cover all of the costs and the time included, and you only pay pretty much for demos or appointments that show up on your calendar. You never pay us a penny for lead lists, okay? Let's move on to domains and deliverability, which is landing in the inbox all the time instead of spam. Most companies, when they try to build cold email systems, they fail before they even get started. They never set up the backend correctly, and they're sending these thousands upon thousands of cold emails that are just going straight to spam, and nobody even sees them, and that's why they get little to no results. So Google, Microsoft, and all these email service providers have spam filters, okay? What's going to determine if you're marked as spam is if people are marking you as spam, using spam words and triggers and filters, things like that, irregular sending volumes, if your IP is blacklisted, which is very bad, and AI detection. You need to be able to stay ahead of that, okay? Now, how do we actually bypass the spam filters and hit the prospect's main inbox every single time? So we need to do things like sending the volume across multiple domains, and this means that we're never risking burning your main domain because we never send any cold emails from your actual main domain. We implement SPF, DKIM, and DMARC records for each domain. Then we integrate it into a warm-up pool where we leverage AI to make sure that we're warming successfully and make sure that we look like a real email server and a real email address that's actually sending valid traffic to whoever you're trying to reach, okay? This is a little bit of a breakdown of how it works. Pause if you need to. And then this trains the algorithm over time to mark our domain as a normal account. It makes it feel like a real email is coming in from somebody they may be working with, okay? And relevant messaging is also important, because if you're hitting people that aren't interested in what you have to offer, or you're just hitting the wrong people in general, they're going to mark you as spam, which means you're not going to get any results. You need to clean your lists and make sure you're reaching out to the right people. And this is why it's extremely important to make sure that your domains don't get nuked and remain in good health, as this is single-handedly the most important reason that most companies land in spam, because they're just doing cold email wrong altogether, okay? And then the other thing that you need to do is script recycling and spin text. You can see it means that whenever you send these messages, they come up in different variations. So if you compare them side by side, you couldn't even tell that like they were written the same or written to the same person. They're kind of different. Very basic version. We do it a lot more in depth later on. Okay, and then what you need to make sure is that all your emails are unique and you're not sending the same thing to every single contact. And this is where spin text comes in. It's all about making sure that you don't use one IP address as well when you're sending all of your emails, and this will get your home IP blacklisted, and then again, you can't send any emails to any email service providers, and it's a pain. A little bit of a graphic explaining how it works, and meaning everybody on your main company domain would be blacklisted, which would be absolutely horrible. I've heard about it happening multiple times, and changing your whole main domain is very, very hard to do. You basically have to rebrand, which can cost hundreds of thousands, okay? And this is why you need to be working with experts like us who have done this for B2B SaaS, other strong agencies, okay? We've done this for so many different types of offers. We've successfully sent over 1 million cold emails that have landed in the inbox. We're often sitting at a lower than 1% bounce rate with a 70 to 80% plus open rate, 5 to 10 plus reply rate. We get some really strong results, but let's dive into the next part so you can set this all up. Next, we have scripting, testing, and response handling, okay? And this is an exact science where most companies go wrong and they think it's a bit of a creativity process. Scripting is extremely difficult because companies make this perfect landing page with all these details, all these pain points, absolutely everything. They take all that, they ram it into a cold email. Doesn't work, okay? No prospect cares when you're first reaching out to them that you've been in business for 30 plus years. Prospects only care about themselves. You need to reach out to somebody and say what you can help them with, why you can help them, why they should believe you, and everything should be focused around them, nothing around you, okay? That's where most people go wrong. And then the thing is, most people think that a cold email's goal is to book a call. A cold email's goal is to get them interested to find out more information about what you have to offer. This is the flow of what people should be doing. They should be getting your cold email, then they should be checking out your website, then they should be checking your reviews, checking your social media, checking absolutely everything, and then they book in a call. Very few people book in a call without doing a little bit of background research to make sure that you're real and legit, right? And then these are the types of things that you need to make sure that you're changing to make sure that you're getting really good results. Your benefits, your personalized first line, your mechanism, you've got to be specific, it's got to be short, you've got to have the correct level of awareness, you have to have a catchy yet relevant subject line, you need to have a follow-up sequence, social proof, a PS line, up-to-date, spam, filter-phobic messaging, and correct level of sophistication. There's a lot of stuff that you need to be constantly testing to figure out what you need to improve to get better results, okay? And this is where you need an iterative testing system that actually takes a numerical approach and takes any guesswork out of cold email, okay? People often create their first cold email with a low reply rate, and it just effectively gets worse and worse over time, but they keep thinking, oh, if I just keep putting more volume behind it, it'll get better and better. No, you need to constantly be altering your cold emails so they get better and better at time through strict A/B testing. This is how we developed our 12-step iterative cold email testing process, which I've had to blur because little bit secretive here, but create your own testing process. And this is how we test every single aspect of a service to make sure that our results only get better and better and better with time. Somebody we reached out to 3 months ago, if we hit them again, the script is so different they don't even realize it's from the same company, which is what you want, okay? And this is how you go from a script that lands 1 or 2 calls per month to 20 plus calls per month. That's what you need to be doing. And this is a completely data-driven approach. You can't execute cold email with emotion. It won't work. You have to get data, numbers, and iterate every single time. Don't assume you know what the market wants. Let the market tell you what it wants, okay? And we personalize all of our emails on job titles, our offers, locations, accomplishment, recent news. We leverage a lot of AI for these sort of personalizations, but you have to be very careful because AI can very easily fabricate or start to just do crazy things. And that's why we use AI tools that are internal that help with a lot of this, but we always have a manual aspect to check over absolutely everything because you never know what AI is going to say. Your AI, your Bard, your ChatGPT, it says some weird stuff that's just completely wrong sometimes. Response handling is something that people very often completely forget about, okay? You need to make sure that when somebody is replying to you, that you reply back to them within the hour and if possible within 5 to 10 minutes. The longer you go over 5 to 10 minutes, the chance of them actually replying to your next reply and booking in just gets lower and lower and lower. So unless you have somebody constantly monitoring email inboxes, it's very hard to reply in that speed, okay? And this is where you need to be able to handle 10 to 20 responses per day and get to everybody at least within the day. And then are you gonna follow up with these prospects at least 10, 20 times when they show interest but then they go cold? Because people show interest for a reason, yeah? But then they go cold because maybe something's popped up, maybe something slightly changed, but that means that they need what you have to offer at the time. You cannot stop following up with them. You need to have perfect responses to the simple ones that you get all the time. What's the price? What experience do you have with a business like me? Can you send me more information? What makes you different from your competitors? This is not aligned with my responsibilities. Why did you contact me? Okay, this is why we developed the art of response handling, which we've learned from sending 1 million cold emails, handling 10,000 plus responses. Again, I've had to blur it because it's secretive, okay? And this process, including our 12-step cold email testing process, was perfected through extensive trial and error. You have to send a massive number of emails to learn what works and doesn't work, and then you have to leverage AI and create in-house personalization software to respond and refine to thousands of replies per minute, okay? This is how you're able to get results with cold email. If you're doing less, you can expect less results or little to no results. Cold email has an extremely high amount of skill involved, but that means you can get crazy results if you're good at it. You can implement this system into your business to create your own predictable and scalable revenue generating outbound system. We implement this for our clients by leveraging AI and creating domains on your behalf, avoiding any complications of hurting your main domain or damaging your brand reputation or pretending to be anyone like other companies do. So we don't need access to any of your LinkedIn profiles or email domains. We create an AI persona, which we place at the company. These profiles are tailored to your industry, which means they get better results, better open rates, better reply rates. And we will also provide you with a dedicated account manager and inbox manager who books you appointments, how we're able to keep our 5 to 10 minute reply time, sometimes up to 20, depending on how in-depth the reply is. A 3-stage call warming flow that makes sure 90% of people show up to their appointments, make sure that you're not having to deal with loads of no-shows, monthly reports and check-in calls to go over how we're going to improve on the current results, explain what's currently happening, and give you feedback on things that you can implement into your own marketing. And that dashboard goes along with that so you can see everything that's happening, see all the results and everything. 3-stage warming flow here. Obviously, I got to blur it, Okay. So you're going to need case studies, testimonial sales assets, and videos, which we can show you what to create, or we can look at what you currently have and see what we need to use for the market. They all need to be short, to the point, and concise. They need to be tailored to the level of sophistication of your market. It means how much competition, what are other people saying, and this is what we do at the very beginning. We analyze your competition to make sure that we're doing what other people aren't. And this is how you're able to implement an outbound revenue generating system for your business that can help you grow predictably and efficiently. Throughout our partnership, we're not just booking you demos with your ideal prospective clients, although that is one of the best parts. We become your growth partner along the way. From working with some of the top founders of who our existing clients are, we're able to consult you on some really big things. We can help you expand your market share, break into new markets, because we've helped a lot of companies break into a lot of European and US markets, okay? We can help you optimize your ICP, and we can help you reposition and optimize your offer should you need it. You can also see the other things that we can help you with here. We are constantly testing and monitoring your market, feeding back to you on what we're seeing so you can optimize your business for what we are seeing and stay ahead of your competition. By being involved with so many clients in so many different markets, we can tell you what markets are emerging, what markets are struggling right now, what kind of people you want to reach out to, where we're getting the best results, where things are slow. And you can compare your business to what's happening so you know whether it's just you or whether it's everyone else facing these difficulties or seeing these high times, okay? And the same marketing tactics that worked a year ago, they just don't work anymore, okay? The market is dynamic and sophisticates very quickly over time. And without an outbound revenue generating system, you're just going to fall behind in the rapidly sophisticating B2B markets, okay? And this is all included in our pay per appointment performance-based system. And the alternative is you can go hire a growth consultant for a much higher price that just doesn't even give any growth guarantee. Okay, so how this works. If you sign with us, you pay per appointment with the ideal client who shows up. 100% performance-based. There's no monthly performance retainers. We pay for all the lead lists, all the data that we need. We guarantee results. There's zero ad spend, zero cold calls. We guarantee to book you 10 appointments with ideal clients in 90 days where you don't pay for any of those appointments, and we buy you a nice steak dinner for the trouble. I'm going to break down on why we're able to guarantee you those results. The reason we're able to guarantee results is because I am so sure that we can get people results when they have an offer that they feel like if they get in front of the right people, they will get results. I'm sure of it, okay? Because of our extensive technical setup that uses AI-powered targeting tech, internal scraping tools, deep market analysis, our process that takes into account 12-step cold email testing, our advanced scraping techniques, our art of response handling, and our growth of being able to validate your social proof, your buyer persona, your sales conversion increases, and figure out your market sophistication, your market awareness, and increase those, okay? I'm so certain of that. And from our skills from sending over 1 million cold emails from all of these different industries, working alongside some of the top founders and learning what they have to say and learning the things that they're doing. And we have connected our clients with decision makers from companies which are generating billions, if not trillions of revenue every single year, okay? We've handled thousands of responses. We booked thousands of meetings and are on our way to mastering cold outreach, okay? That is why I'm able to guarantee you so much that you don't pay for any of those appointments, because I am sure in our skills. All of these are available on the website if you want to see some other results. If you want to see other results, I'm sure there'll be even more case studies on there by now. You can see we've worked with marketing agencies, recruitment companies, SaaS companies. We've booked enterprise clients. We've booked small clients. We've booked absolutely everybody, and I'm sure that we can help you if your offer is strong, and if you get it in front of the right people, you will book demos, okay? If you're still not convinced, you've probably been burnt by either cold email lead generation agencies or just lead generation agencies in general. But I think you've seen from this video, we are not like the rest. And just to clarify everything here, we are almost 100% performance-based, okay? Zero monthly retainers for performance. It's a pay per appointment with ideal clients. And if you close at least 10% of those, we all benefit and we all make a lot of money because our pricing is based on an ROI. And people often ask themselves, does cold email work for my industry? And most of my best clients have asked me that, okay? They told us that our service delivers them results, okay? And that's what you want at the end of the day. We book them on-demand meetings with their ideal clients. And how do you know it will work? Because I'll guarantee you 10 calls in 90 days or you don't pay for any of those calls, and there's absolutely zero risk and everything to gain, okay? And I love this little quote by myself: I dedicated my life to the cold email game and lost my mind in the process, okay? Now, if you want to implement this yourself, All you got to do is go hire a team of lead generation specialists, BDMs, SDRs, account managers, inbox managers, software developers, go send 1 million cold emails to your target market, handle thousands of responses, and spend months, if not years, of trial and error. Or you can get us to implement the system for you and only pay for appointments that show up on your calendar with ideal prospects. We'll book you 20 appointments per month with your ideal clients on a pay per appointment basis, and I guarantee you 10 within 90 days, or you don't pay for any of the calls, and you'll even get a nice steak dinner on us. So booking a call on the calendar with me below on the website, reply back to me on the email wherever you're seeing this, and let's set up your own predictable, scalable, revenue generating outbound system that runs on autopilot. I'm looking forward to talking to you and working together. Catch you later.